Now to a verdict in another closely watched court case here in Germany. A notorious Iraqi preacher known as Abu Walaa has been found guilty of supporting terrorism and being a member of a terrorist organization. He was viewed as the leader of the so-called Islamic State here in Germany. Abu Walaa was accused of radicalizing and recruiting young people in Germany and helping them to travel to Iraq and Syria. He's been sentenced to 10.5 years in prison. The conviction brings an end to a costly, high-security trial. Our political correspondent, Julia Saudelli, has been following the latest on this story for us. Hi, Julia. So how significant is this case?
It is an important case, and it has been an important trial. As you've said, Abu Walaa was seen as the point of reference for the Islamic State in Germany and a very important recruiter across Europe. He was sentenced to 10.5 years in prison, which is quite an important sentencing. The prosecution had asked for 11.5 years. And he has been charged and found guilty of being a member of a terrorist organization, of aiding the organization of violent acts, and of funding terrorism. And his acts have had serious consequences. People that he has recruited and radicalized here in Germany have traveled to Iraq and Syria, including two twins who traveled to Iraq and killed many people in a suicide attack. And the case has also been linked with a co-defendant of Abu Walaa, who was said to have housed Anis Amri. He is the terrorist who killed 12 people in the attack against a Christmas market in Berlin in 2006. Although there has been no direct connection with Abu Walaa, Amri seems to have been part of his network, at least.
This has been a pretty complex trial, Julia. It started 3.5 years ago. I mean, how difficult was it to gather evidence against Abu Walaa?
It has been hard to find concrete evidence, especially looking at the toughest accusations against Walaa. And the court case has relied, in terms of evidence, mostly on the testimony of two informants. One is a member of the security services who was embedded in the network and collected evidence over the years. And another informant is a former radicalized person who was radicalized by Abu Walaa and who traveled to Syria. And once he came back to Germany, he decided to talk to the security forces and tell what the network created by Abu Walaa was all about.
What does this case tell us about the Islamist scene here in Germany? I mean, how much of a threat does it still pose?
Authorities say that the situation is still serious. There is still a serious threat of Islamic terrorism, but it has changed compared to the years 2012, 2016. We now don't anymore see a clear and widely accepted leader of Islamist factions here in Germany, and the situation is evolving. Now the major threat is given by individuals who might be inspired by terrorist ideologies, but there is not a strong, clear network here in Germany. And the situation has definitely changed since 2016, also because of the fall of the so-called Islamic State in Syria and Iraq, and because of the action of authorities here in Germany pursuing such groups.
Our political correspondent, Julia Saudelli, thank you.